Oh, what a big week we've had. What a very, very big week. And there are so many news, but I'm also glad that I can talk about lots of gaming news. So let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. Hello. Wow, that was a great clap. Hello. Ow, my hands as well. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. It is the Biendeo stream today on this fine 15th of September 2025. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we'll have a wonderful week ahead of you. I have had there's been lots of stuff this week. How about let's dive into the game, and we'll chat about things. But yeah, so let's switch on over to it. There are, you mentioned bad reasons, Fetty. I'm going to avoid that topic almost entirely. For one, because YouTube does not suggest your video at all to people if you go into sensitive, not as in you, but like as in if it detects in the subtitles or stuff that like sensitive topics come up in the early parts, it doesn't recommend them, which is very odd. Unless you're a big creator, then it recommends them. It's very odd. It's unrelated to the advertising status as well of your videos as well. It's so odd. I'll never understand YouTube. There's actually a few people on YouTube who have made videos about the restricted mode, and this is a good message to anyone on YouTube. Double check in the top right, click your profile pic, and see if restricted mode is on. You might not be seeing videos from other people if that's on. I don't know if any of my videos have gotten caught by it, because sometimes things with the age filter still show up. Sometimes things without an age filter still don't show. I can't fully explain it. We're back with Atlantis. The last stream was the entire first half of the game, and we're going to play the entire second half of the game.
So you want to continue where you left off?
Greetings, Blub. Greetings. I did catch on my timeline. The one thing I would say, I did catch on my timeline that the perpetrator of a certain topic that is being talked about a lot on my timelines proceeded to continue playing Silk Song and some other game. But I'm just like, bruh. What? So anyways, we did the ice trial and the fire trial, and then we went out of the cove. There's 13 levels total. We've done 6. So I decided to say, hey, let's oh yeah, Silk Song's doing absolute wonders, I'll tell you that. What else is top of Steam? Borderlands 4. Ooh, Borderlands 4 is going to be a topic of note. Actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about it first. So this is less to do with Borderlands 4 from a game standpoint, but I think it's yet another example of the performance is hilarious. The performance is like, oh my goodness, we are expected to pay for this kind of stuff. There's a lot of games on Steam like that. Also, this is one of those fun auto-scroll levels.
Fireflies! Drive before they destroy everything!
You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies.
To accelerate, hold the gas button. Slow down by hitting the
There's a
brake
gas
button.
So I guess you got fuel, you got health, you gotta swerve left and right, and you gotta hope that you do not miss any of the letters. It was a bit easier, like, oh, yeah, don't miss them. I don't think any of them are in like too crafty places. This might prevent me from peering over at the chat though. Also, the frame rate could be better. But they do look, they are indeed flies that are on fire, and that's firefly-y enough. That is true. It automatically drives forward, but you're also meant to hold X to sort of like go a bit faster. But the truck swerves very freely to the point that like it, probably doesn't control like a truck. I think you're not meant to touch. Okay, well I guess I'll burn. That is a life. Where's the other letters? We've gone a while without a letter. Oh my goodness. It's a decently length level. At least for something that's an auto driver. The effect is cool though. Oh, good news. We'll be playing this level twice. I was like, no way. You can't go backwards. You cannot turn around backwards. Like, even though it kind of looks like you're steering, it's like, nah, man, you're swerving on the track. So, I will note the Borderlands stuff off the top of my head though, because I've got some of that in memory. Listen to the, it'd be easier to just play the level twice, because I think there's some split paths, and I actually do think that you have to play the level twice. I will double check once I'm done. Yeah, like, where are all these letters I'm missing? There's another split path. Well, I didn't miss that one, so at least we got that. Don't need a checkpoint. Brutal Legend, I played that one fairly recently as well. I didn't exactly put in the effort to 100% it though, but I had a good time playing it. Oh my gosh, ouch, into the wall. Ah. Anyways, I'm going to ramble about Borderlands 4 for a little bit while I can't look it really away from the screen. Oh. I guess we are fuel not. I should have hit. Actually, I just hit a checkpoint, so we're all good. I mean, they gave you a freebie life earlier on in the level as well, so it's not really too bad, but it's a bit frustrating. Gotta watch for rolling rocks. Anyways, Borderlands 4, I think people sort of rumored about this ahead of release, and then on release it's like, oh look, exactly what we felt. The performance is doo-doo. Or is it? Well, there's a little bit to the story, and I think definitely there's more to it than just simply, oh, the game runs terribly on my graphics card. But they're also not wrong. I don't want to be like a defender of Borderlands 4 because, one, I just don't like the first game. I've got it on my shortlist of games I would like to play because I actually really have a contrarian take on it. But I also do wonder, how interesting of a game is it to show off? We'll see. So I'm missing 2 letters. And we got the green gem, so at least we're most of the way there, but yeah, gonna have to give this one another go in a hot moment when we steer around the corner. There's a lot to riff on, yes. Anyways, ooh, you're doing some Linux game. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, Brutal Legends driving sections were good fun. And yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. It's so big as well, the soundtrack.
Time to get the memory
It's crazy.
card.
Partner got the prologue was fun. So I played 1, 2, and I played the pre-sequel once with a mate, and then I played it solo. Just kind of start to finish. I didn't really commit to doing like a second run through all this fancy stuff. But I did include the DLC. I did that earlier this year, so there's that. So what are we looking for? We're looking for the T and the second A, which is... well, good news. There's a reason why we didn't see them. So... the pre-sequel, I don't mind. Like I'll say my thoughts. One, I think it's an incredibly bland game, and I am amazed people, like, latch onto it and say it's a hilarious, like, kind of game, and I'm like, where are the jokes? Where is anything? I'm not saying that, like, it needs to be, like, obnoxious, or, like, super, like, ha ha ha, we need to say, like, stupid things now. There is a... what is this? There is a left of the rolling rocks. Wherever the rolling rocks are. It said after the first... Ah, yeah, here you go. Yeah, this is the reason why we missed it. Look at that, man. There you go. And then the other one is after the next checkpoint. Where the road split into 2, I went the wrong fork for that. The robots were genius disguised enemies. The skills were better in 2, and honestly, like, I think the pre-sequel was even more interesting for its kinds of classes and things like that. And I actually think the weapons work better in the pre-sequel, but the problem with the pre-sequel is that it's, like, bland. The moon jumping isn't exactly the most engaging. The humor is kind of off. And not to knock on the Australians, but like, you know, the amount of Australian humor is like just referencing Waltzing Matilda and other kinds of Australian things. Okay. Movie activate. Okay, time to just cruise to the rest of the stage. You might be able to leave via the menu. I don't think you can, actually. It says quick game, so... fighting Atlas, more fun. Yeah, and Borderlands 1 has a huge problem where it's like you're fighting, like... I'm not to say fighting psychos and stuff is boring, but, like, you are not shooting really any other different type of enemy. You got the skags, you got the bird things, the racks are they called? And then you got the psychos and stuff, and you're doing that for 25 hours. And then in the last 5 hours, oh my goodness, enemies that can actually do something to you. And, like, more environments in a shorter amount of time instead of constantly backtracking over the same area again and again. I found Borderlands 2 a much more balanced game in that matter, and, let's not run out of fuel again, that'd be a little embarrassing. Or at least get that checkpoint. One with the small monsters. Yeah, it starts getting there. It starts getting there. But yeah, again, I like the RPG nature of it, I think is quite like thin. It's kind of just like, okay, well, it's an excuse to have like quests and moving places. But I don't really feel like, you know, like money means anything, because like you find better weapons than buying them almost all the time. Especially in multiplayer. And then, yeah. Also, on top of that, the dialogue is like, well, should I be talking over this? Like, if I'm with... Oh, my goodness, I died. Milo, no! If I'm with my mates, we're going to be talking over the dialogue. So there was so much dialogue I missed when I played the pre-sequel the first time, and then I listened to it, and I was like, man... You know, like, some of this was funny and some of this was not funny. And I talked over all of it because I'm with mates. Like, it's, I don't know, it's a bit of a conundrum. I don't have an easy answer. So, I haven't played Borderlands 3, but I do own it. I also own Tiny Tina's Wonderland, so I've got that. There are also various DLCs, of course, for all the other games. And I will say I have played them. I can definitely say there's some good ones and some kind of bad ones. Usually my run is that all of the last DLCs for each game is the best one, which for the pre-sequel is the only DLC, and I thought it was actually quite fair. But Claptrap's Robot Revolution was pretty alright, and Tiny Tina's, not Wonderlands, but just Assault on Dragon Keep, is that the name of it? They're definitely worth playing, but there's other ones, and I'm like, I got mates who like, oh, I'm like, I don't get it, man. Like, people are like, oh, you know, I'm a sucker for zombies, I love the Dr. Ned Island, like that one on Borderlands 1. And I'm just sitting there going like, man, you know, that was just Backtrack City. So... but yeah, anyway, that level's down. Don't have to worry about that anymore. So, there we go. 1 down, 6 to go. Anyways, the topic of hand is Borderlands 4 just came out, and Borderlands 4 has a performance problem.
So, where did you want to go?
The Outer Atlantis. So they found Atlantis. It was just after the Fireflies. Now you may be thinking, didn't the runaway from the Firefly scene happen after the drill and happen before the drill part? I'm like, yeah. Yes, so Borderlands 4 is made with the Unreal Engine 5. There are a bunch of things I like Tim Sweeney for, and a bunch of things I'm not the biggest fan of Tim Sweeney for, but even though it is his own product, I do think he's right, in the sense that I think Unreal 5 is a beast that needs to be tamed. Unreal 5, when you do it right, is pretty good. But Unreal 5 has a lot of features that you can turn on, and I go, I can't see the difference. Borderlands 4... as it's come out, a lot of people just do not get great frame rates. Or they get the game to crash all the time. And crashing is its own can of worms, but... certainly, the performance is absolute struggle town. I'm going to use Hardware Unboxer's recent video on the performance. Because I don't think they are, like, that bad. There's certainly things that are like, oh my gosh, like, you know, exclusive storefront buying, you know, I personally don't think is the end of the world, but it is kind of frustrating. And I do get why people do not buy on Epic, and they're like, oh, I only want them on Steam, because I want, like, my out-of-the-box Linux support, that kind of stuff. You know, I get that. So, we do need to collect the clear crystals again. But you're going to enjoy this stage. We'll get into that one later. Again, nice on the visuals. I love the LOD swapping. It's a very nice and smooth fog effect as well. Also, whatever these are, I don't know, man. Everyone likes a big golem over there. The engine is too powerful now, and the base settings are... Well, exactly. So I've got the numbers here, or at least one's written down. So hardware on box used a 9800 X3D and 6000 megatransfers RAM. Maybe if something is memory dependent, if they ran faster RAM, maybe it'll be better. But most people on AMD processors are not running more than 6000 because you don't get a benefit unless you hit 8000, and a lot of people either want to buy the 8000 or the motherboards can run it. It requires a... Well, I wouldn't even say... Maybe it does require a lot of tweaking, but even, like, the numbers that we get, there's a bit here and there. So, their first test that they showed was comparing the 9600 XT 16GB and the 5060 Ti 16GB. These are pretty equivalent cards. The Nvidia one was consistently a little behind the AMD on that front, but for the most part, you know, they were quite close. It is a neat level, yeah. Everyone likes straight lines. Basically comparing different graphic settings. So, on 1440p with the temporal anti-aliasing setting, so that means no upscaling or anything, they got 62 and 55 FPS respectively between the 9060 XT and the 5060 Ti. On low, I should add. On low. And 27 and 25 on the game's, I'm going to call it the Epic setting, because if I actually said the name, maybe the subtitles. Unreal calls it the Epic setting. Hold on, what's going on here? Because we got a left here. Oh, check that out. Cheeky lad. Cheeky lad. Well, they let me switch here, so... You can, even Unity can get it with the help of someone... Yeah, definitely people who know what they're doing, I think it's great, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, 25 FPS on the bottom setting. It's like, oh, you could nearly double your settings by just being... Dude, I'm holding on to too much dog food. It feels so 2000s. Oh yeah, this one, it's pretty clean, so I guess we'll figure out which character we need. 62 to 55 FPS at 1440p is a solid number. Solid, but it's also on low, so we'll have to ask the question first of all, is low the absolute bottom graphic setting? Because who knows, maybe there's an actual like minimal graphics underneath, things that you can tweak further down. Certainly if you ran this with a higher resolution and maybe a further LOD bias, then yeah, you could get some pretty neat visuals out of this. Check that out. Green gems just chilling down here. Out of sight and out of mind. But yeah, and then on top of that, like, low graphics. You have to ask yourself, are the low graphics good for what they are? And we'll get there eventually. Then, the video would switch on DLSS and FSR performance for the appropriate systems, because no one running NVIDIA is ever going to run FSR, and no one running AMD can run DLSS, so this is two different upscaling methods, but you know what, they're both options. Rip the golem as well. Exactly, a good visuals always helps. Once you turn on, what was it? On the Epic preset, you can get 60 FPS if you're on DLSS performance. Ultra performance, you can get up to like 80, but no upscaling, it's like 25, so like, okay. Exactly, style is more than substance, and especially these days. With no upscaling between any of the GPUs, then there were various graphics tests on... So check this out. Ooh. They then showed 40 different graphics cards, all on 1080p, 1440p, and that was a bit spooky. Also, this is where this is. I guess it's a checkpoint, but... So on the medium setting, on the epic setting, and then, yeah, both of those at 1080p, 1440p, 4K. At 1080p on the medium setting, yeah, everything looks pretty okay. I think I wrote down... pretty much like the 4070 Ti Super down to the 7900 XT is at 60 FPS. And this is where we go, those cards are not that cheap. They were several... At least $1,000 Australian. Maybe like 600 or 800 US. And they're getting 60 on 1080p medium. No upscaling, but I feel like at 1080p upscaling is a bit of hit or miss kind of thing. We're gonna need someone who can blow things up and who may pretend. Also, hi there. Whoops. Let's just skip past that that thing. She hasn't even appeared in an FMV, and she's just casually there as a playable character. We'll get to her eventually, don't worry. Yeah, she's already here now. That's why I thought this was a good point to pause between streams, because it's like, you know, in theory I could just keep running until maybe there's a checkpoint or something later, and I could switch characters then. And also blow up some not cockroaches. At 1440p, also for reference as well, the 5090 and the 4090 are ridiculously far at the top of the charts. Like, the next card, weirdly, is the 4080 Super. It keeps outperforming their 5080. It's a bit odd. The 7900, sorry, the 9070 XT and the 7900 XTX. Along with the 4080 regular and the 4080 Super and the 5080, all seem to be very much tied third place, but the 4090 and the 5090, it's like, man, they get like 30% more performance. This is natural, but those cards are also incredibly expensive. It's like, oh, that was a fun fart sound. Okay, I was like, did they hide anything around the corner? If Spyro the Dragon can do it, I don't trust anyone else. Spyro taught me well, I'll tell you. So yeah, at 1440p, those regular cards start getting 31 FPS, and at 4K, it's 15! Oh, this is on the epic setting. But like 15 FPS at 4K is very gnarly. On the medium setting, you can generally double these numbers. I say generally, maybe like 50%. But there's a lot of cards that get filtered out. I think a lot of the Intel cards, just unfortunately, there's no hope. Which is, well, yeah, this is the thing, is that they want you to AI generate all the frames. You know, let's check out this character. So I think her gimmick is that she jumps high. It's not a gimmick, really. Also, she shoots lasers, so you're actually pretty set. You can slap things. The only thing is that she kind of slides into walking, and I don't know, that's maybe going to throw me off on platforming, but we'll see. Yeah, one day she'll show up in the FMV. But yeah, it feels like by design, or at least by intention, when they say the game is like optimized or stuff like this, they want you to use the upscaling. And the upscaling, at least, like not this, how would I put it? I think DLSS going from 1440p to 4K is an actual very mature method. So if you are playing the game at 4K, running at DLSS quality, is it quality or performance that's a native 1440p? I think it's performance, actually. It still works out okay. I cannot carry any more of these. It still works out okay. I'd say it's pretty good. Also, hi, I'm presented with a range of directions to go. This is, terrifying in case I go the wrong way. I'm gonna hope forward is the real way to go, and left and right is the side places to go. But who knows? I can also just like double check. I'm like, hold on. So I've got the alright, well that looks like a big door, so I'm gonna say maybe this is the exit of the level. But I do see the glowy T down there. Yeah, look at that, man. Big exit to a level. Yoink that, so... and then on top of that, frame generation is probably the expected application on top. If you're running a 40 series card, or I guess the FSR has the frame gen as well for all graphics cards, I think, actually. You can at least air quotes double your FPS, but from experience for other games, I will say, I am not really sold on that. I don't think it's particularly mature yet.
The door is locked.
Okay, well, I guess that rules that one out. It is a cost-cutting measure. They're not stopping. Maybe I should have just checked these doors before I went, ooh, which way do I go? Instead of just luckily guessing the one door. So, if you're running a 30 series cards, rip. You can't do anything about it. And if you're running a 50 series card, I guess you get the 4 times frame gen. I personally haven't tried it because I don't have a card like that, but... we go out the door and then... yeah, the level ends. So this is gonna irk you, Fetty, because this is another level where you leave, and for some odd reason you have to actually do a lot of a level before, you know, you actually leave. So you can't just go around and find the the crystals again, because it's like, nah, man, your crystals are not safe on this level.
See you in Atlantis.
We are in Atlantis. Isn't it weird that the sequel is called Return to Atlantis, and it's like Milo doesn't return to anywhere he literally went to in the first movie? Look, it's her from the gameplay that I just played. And also this elder guy. No, you can't finish that level in one go. You just gotta leave to this level. It feels inconvenient to have to touch a crystal to the lamp. Why not just have a lamp-specific crystal? Or, like, have them wired up so you could power one spot with a crystal instead of all of them going all over the place. Anyways, ultimately, at the end of the day, it seems that the lower graphic settings do seem to still run okay for Borderlands 4. I'd say okay, but obviously if the game's crashing for you, yeah, no, that doesn't really count as much. So, what do you lose with the lower graphic settings? And I think it's always good to frame it as that, rather than what do you gain with the higher graphic settings. At least with the presets. Maybe some people have like things you can turn on and go, oh, you know, look at this, you can turn it up all the way and it actually looks better or worse in certain ways.
We're here.
We're here.
It wasn't easy, but the journal was right all along. Without it, we never would have made it.
Is that really all you gotta say? It's just, we made it! There you go. Look at this big open area to start off with. A blinding amount of light right here. It's big as well. But yeah, what do you actually lose? Well, Tech Power-Up actually has some really nice... yeah, Borderlands 1. So much walking back and forth, I'll tell you. And I will, maybe at some point show you. That is a... Oh, I was like, is that a crack on the wall? No, that's just a vine. That's just like there. Yeah, I mean, lots of Borderlands 1 was like big hub worlds that then connected to slightly smaller hub worlds, and then there was just like some very just haphazardly placed like quests and stuff all over the place. So, yeah, it's just one, and then you come back. I think it's just one.
The door is locked. Okay,
that seems to be a trend. So, so I'd recommend, if you want to at least gauge the graphics for yourself, I think to truly know you would have to play the game, or at least... Is there a demo available? if there's a demo available, I would love to use that as like the empirical evidence of like, this is what you test with. But in the absence of that, go to techpowerup.com and check out their Borderlands. This is not an advertised plug, this is just something. Go check out their graphics cards compare, because they also did the same thing that Hardware Unboxed did. But Tech Power Up's always nice because they'll have screenshots in the same places. Also check it out, Squeeze an Ear. Just, you know, Blood Spider Cave. Oh, hopefully we are. Hopefully we can. We don't have to backtrack to this level, it's just the outer Atlantis level. But yeah, go to the site and then you can do the before and after of like, oh, you know, what does the game look like on the graphics settings with hopefully everything else the same. And from what I can tell, the obvious thing that you can spot is that the foliage quality is a lot higher on, or rather, the density of the foliage. So grass, tree leaves, even maybe shrubs and stuff like that. There is more of it as the graphics settings go up. On low, it's non-existent, and I can entirely get why maybe a lot of people will probably be quite turned off by the low setting, because you do compromise on the aesthetic feel. You do lose, I guess, the idea of grass. You then get just green hill, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it looks like. On medium, there is a bit of grass. You can definitely tell it's thinner, but I guess a question, and we'll never really know unless we play the game, but in motion, is it good enough? So I'm not too sure. Check out this water over here. Oh look, there's a cage. And a checkpoint. Wow.
I can't carry any more of these.
Everyone likes a good old checkpoint. I'm not exploring the water because I knew off the top of my head that this room dead-ended.
I can't carry any more of these.
That's the reason why I did it. So, okay. A cave. A cage, rather. And, yeah. A caged room. Keep a mental note of that. The other thing I noticed is that the shadow resolution you could spot was softer. Probably because the resolution was higher and maybe they compute like some soft shadows. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a Milo in a cage. There's an extra syllable in there, so it makes it harder. Let's take a dive in aquatic mine. Well, I guess we can go up for air. Also, you're probably wondering if there was anything else back in that room, given that this looks like a tunnel that's probably going to keep going on for quite a bit, so I should probably go back to that previous room just to double check. But yeah, definitely the shadows. I'm a big advocate of shadows should be, like, the obvious thing that we AI upscale. At like, so many... Okay, there's nothing here. Also, no secret in the waterfall. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. But my hunch is that shadows should be one of the easiest things that you can use your tensor cores and your GPUs, especially all of them now, to upscale. And so why don't we use that to soften out shadows even in runtime, even in like motion? It's like you could probably get away with a more stochastic form of, you know, kind of blipping little shadows and then fill in the details later. Because one, shadows are very likely to move. Also, dynamic crabs! Technically they're lobsters. But for some odd reason, shadows are still often very traditionally computed. And I'm like, why? There's this thing called ray tracing. This is the technology we're pushing for. What do you mean? I will double back to this room. I'm taking a breather before I dive too much into this. Oh, this is a bit of a swim up. That's a terrible breaststroke you got there, though. Hi, yes. Wow, this goes up. It is a lobster, yes. Check out the placements of these everywhere. Whoa. I don't think there's any other... Oh, there is another one. Isn't that kind of weird? You didn't even see that on the way up. You know, honestly, I think it's actually better to go back to that room. This one, it goes up too far. Oh, is that just a clam for the sake of a clam? He's not gonna open his mouth like it's Mario 64. Yeah, this is, a closer ceiling than it was before. At least I hope it is. We'll make it. We'll make it. We'll make it. We'll make it. If that seemed like it was cutting it fine, yeah, Well, good news. I don't need to look any harder here. Other than that, most of the graphics look kind of the same. Someone is gonna... Oh, you saw a letter? Oh, boy. Where's the letter? I feel like that clam needs to, like, actually... Oh, you're right. Okay, I'll grab it. I'll grab it. I'll grab it. Don't worry. That clam has to give you air, right? Seems like it's a bit tight of a passage. Especially to not use the clam. Yeah, other than that, the graphics in the screenshots look kind of the same. And also, worryingly, the graphics in the screenshots, artistically, don't give me a lot more confidence than Borderlands 2 did. And not to say that, like, there's not engine improvements and there's bound to be, like, niceness and rendering here and there, but, like, yeah, I don't know, it's, like, more of the same kind of graphics. Maybe someone will go, oh, there's more, you know, there are more details, and I see that there's a second one over there, and I'm gonna go up for air, because I know I'm gonna run out if I try to swim across to it first. Well, maybe I would have had it, but I would have had the beeps, and the beeps are not good. But yeah, like, what are we doing here? Because, not to say Borderlands, any of them, particularly run amazing at the time of their hardware releases, but at the very least, like, Borderlands 2 gets there. And also, it ran fine on hardware at the time. Like, I ran that on my GTX 580, but way back in the day, and it was fine at 1080p. Nowadays, it's like 4K should be kind of like the norm, and yet, for some reason, it's like, no, man, you gotta upscale. Okay, well, still, it still runs like a bit of doo-doo, even with the upscaling. Also, isn't that kind of weird? Because it's like, with the upscaling, you lose the sub-pixel details, and you have to regenerate them with I guess, that kind of stuff. Now, granted, you could potentially invent details that never existed in the sub-pixels to begin with, but also, man, you know, I wish I saw that path stopped there. But still, it's like, well, to be fair, I'm like, the only good game Gearbox ever made was Half-Life Opposing Force. I've never been the biggest fan of any of the Borderlands. Like, I appreciate Borderlands 2, but I don't love it. I rip on them for what they did with Duke Nukem 3D, because that 20th anniversary release is still not a great release. There's a reason why I avoided it. There's a reason why I played the levels ported back to eDuke as opposed to actually running it in engine. The level pack is good, but the actual, like, handling of it, and also the pricing, is very odd. Very odd. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, Borderlands 4, you know, if it runs like doo-doo, I hope they fix it. Like, I hope it's like, oh, you know, we actually are going to work on this, you know, these engine improvements. This is a fun room. We probably walked under this on the way over. Because no way would that be a room that we haven't seen. There is one other point I would like to say, and that is this game runs... So it's not on the PS4 or the Xbox One, but it is on the Switch too. And you know what? I can't find a single person who's played it and uploaded gameplay footage on YouTube. I cannot find anyone who has the Switch 2 version, which is absolutely shocking. Because it's like, I feel like a lot of people would love to go, ooh, is it going to run well on the Switch 2? And, I mean, the short answer is, oh, we're missing one. Hold on. I want to say it's all the way back. want to say it's all the way back. Let's go all the way back, because I'm going to be kicking myself if I'm missing this. I mean, it's not that far, right? Yeah, it's just like a couple hop skips and a jump away. And I guess you're quicker in the air for some reason. Or maybe you're not. We'll just run normal. But despite that, it's like, well, you know, it's not on the Switch 1. We'll definitely say that. I still, well, true, yeah. But what I mean is that, like, I missed the A or the L. I missed one of the letters because the letters should be in order. And the green crystal's still out there somewhere, so I feel like the letter is like, oh yeah, of course, it's right there. Remember Borderlands 2? Well, Borderlands 2 on the PS Vita ran pretty okay, didn't it? It was 30 FPS, but it was okay, was it not? So, but here's the thing. Our litmus test for, like, what's the bottom of the barrel thing that something needs to run on? It's not the Switch 2 anymore. In fact, it's never the Switch 2. Oh, did people hate that? I should double check. It's on the iPad. How about that? Let me rip it on its iPad port. Actually, honestly, the iPad probably runs it better than the Vita. At least until you account for the resolution, then maybe it'll run a bit weird. But you know what console actually would run this worse? The Xbox Series S. That is our bottom-of-the-barrel graphics comparison now. And hilariously, it actually runs fine. Like, I think it's running at like 1080p base upscale to 1440p because they don't output 4K on the Xbox Series S. And it is hard stock at 30 FPS. Not doing anything fancy. Perhaps it's doing some dynamic resolution stuff to even go further. Obviously, its graphic settings are close to low, but there is grass. I did see that, so at least they've turned that one up a little bit. But it's fine. It's competent. And competent is...
Door is locked.
Huh. Did I need to switch characters? Well, no, I can switch characters in the cage. Why are we wandering around? Hold on, do I have a... Did I pick up a... Oh, I did pick up a key. Yeah, okay. do not miss using the key. We found a key. We need to use the key. So, yeah, at the end of the day, what we're... this is not Treasure Planet Chris, unfortunately. This is, the one over.
Wow, an outsider. Be careful here. Atlantean guards don't like outsiders at all. Keep out of their sight or they'll arrest you. They're not afraid of anyone, except Princess Kida.
That is an accent and a half. Who left this sassy lost child? Also, oh! Not walking past that one. So, yeah, we have obligatory stealth sections. And I think he could switch to Keter and technically not have to deal with this.
Over there! You, come here!
But they do see you. You can't get me! You can't- Oh, snap there fast. Oh, dang!
You are defeated!
Demon Llama! It's that.
Atlantean guards don't mess around. Now where am I?
Wow. Oh, of course they don't let me play as Keto. Okay. This is one of the wonderful time-wasting parts of this game because this is a solid handful of rooms away. We've sort of already seen half the level because you've seen half the letters, I guess, but still. I mean, in my eyes, I'd put this at like a 2.5, but I'd also say it's like my 2.5 still means it's fine, it's good, it's alright. Mediocre, I'd give 2s. I'd definitely say this is on the upper quality of Disney PS1 games. It's still got its quirks, and it's not particularly the most ambitious, but it's remarkably much more solid than other ones. An IGN 7.5, 3 out of 4. Depends how you're rating it. Because my thing with me saying, like, there's something with a 2.5 is that it's like, okay, well, what's a 3? What's a 3.5? And I usually say 3.5 is like, once you start getting, this game was great, and I would consider it as like a best of the year kind of thing. This is going to be a painful level to find everything in, isn't it? Because that guy's going to be pacing back and forth, and this guy's going to exit this room over here and wander over to the other side of the room. Yeah, this is actually going to be kind of painful to find everything. Oh my goodness. Give me a freebie. Let me go up the stairs. Are we good? Are we good? I don't think we are good. Oh my goodness, really? Okay, just calm your farm, fella. Calm your farm. We good? Do I have to leave the entire, like, room and come back? Despawn them? Okay, they seem to be acting normal now. Good thing we got camera controls. But yeah. Now, there's still other news in the world, so that's all good. What was that? Okay, I'm gonna go quick and hopefully that guy doesn't see me. Oh my gosh, he sees me from here? Nah, no.
Oh no, they spotted.
No, can't get me. I'm on the box. I'm on the box. The strategy is not working.
Whoa.
True. Maybe they won't see me if I'm crouching. You can't even move while crouching as well. No, it doesn't seem to be fixing my predicament here. Okay, well, I'm gonna grab this and hope for the best.
Outsiders don't belong here.
Outsiders don't belong here.
Looks like the jailhouse. There must be a way out.
Yeah. The front door. We'll get there. I mean, when you think about it, it's like, well, I'm at 26 out of 40 of the crystals, and there were like 5 in that room, so can't have too much more stealth, can we? Can we? It is a very annoying backtrack, though. So I do have some politics news in the sense of, it's been a while since we talked about stop killing games. And there's been 2 breaking things in this. Not breaking, but like things that happened this week. First of all, the signatures have been verified now. And it turns out about 97% of them were actually, like, legit. Which means the stretch goal of trying to take your 1 million signatures and get even more, and they got up to just shy of 1.5 million. Did they? Or did they actually surpass that? Very unnecessary, very overkill. But definitely good to know, and also great that even despite that, yeah, no, most of them were legit. So, very nice. Very, very good. That means the signatures are getting ratified. It might be a partial one, but it's like, so far, it's been like 97%. I mean, if it's like voting, it's like, well, you know, it could change, but like, will it? It's a solid sample. Okay, so that guy's about to go that way. This is going to be a bit tricky because I got to deal with the guy. There you go. There you go. Okay. Oh. No, I'm going for the door. I'm going for the door. You know what's in the box. Nothing. Look at that double kill right there. Woo. You know, I could probably go back for the box if I really wanted to, but I'm just gonna wait until this guy's not facing me.
You come here.
Good thing I can't open doors. So that's nice. I don't think that's particularly been a big development in, like, any politicians reading the Stop Killing Game stuff, but it's nice to know that it's a lot more developed than it was before. So that's good. How many things? Oh, we got the end as well. Let's see. So we got some actual, like, high ledges over here as well. And just a pit.
The bale above here looks dangerously loose.
The other thing I want to know is, everyone remembers The Crew, everyone's favorite video game that they can definitely still play. Amazingly, releasing today, although when they said today, they didn't mean today Australia time, so I haven't had the opportunity to play it, but today, on September the 15th, 2025, a very, very nice team of people have put into work to create a server emulator for The Crew 1. I think they've called it The Crew Unlimited. No affiliation with Ubisoft, of course, but just as a note, hey, check it out. Literally, the thing that we wish people didn't have to put in all this effort to, like, reverse engineer or at least, like, understand how to sub out a game's server code. We can at least go, hey, we can now enjoy The Crew, for at least to some extent. Now, there's still a little bit of shakiness in the sense that you still need to be able to download the game, which means, for me on Steam, it's fine. For other people who bought it retail or anything, and then they got a Uplay key, what do you get? What can you do about it? I don't know, because Uplay won't let you download it. I don't think there's any way you can scoot across there. I think you actually have to go up here. So I'm not too sure what is going to happen with that. I really hope Ubisoft. I don't know. Actually, I don't think there's a way Ubisoft will go, well, you know what? Let's let people download the game that they bought. I use the word bought very directly there. They bought it just like they bought any other video game from a store. No EULA, no whatever. It's literally they bought it. I'm still mad about that. Anyway, yeah, give me some Anniversary of 2 games. This is some big hay bales. Some rather big hay bales. You're telling me there's nothing in these rooms? Just hay bales? Really? No way, right? I mean, it doesn't look uniquely... Ah, Undertale! Everyone's favorite. Actually, I do like Undertale. I do think that, like, people have reacted incredibly strongly to it. I'm like, oh my goodness, guys. You know, actually, this reads a lot better. And Persona 5. Ah, my favorite PlayStation 3 game. Persona 5. I always keep loving to mention that. It's like, yeah, PlayStation 3. I think it's the same day, PlayStation 4, but still, it's just kind of funny there. So I got some also fun news in the realm of the retro achievements, and obviously, Freddy, you'd know this, but in the realm of the retro achievements, they have, I don't know where the actual, like, full public statement is, but it's like, I don't know, everyone's talking about it, so like, whatever. They are beginning the Wii rollout for Retro Achievements titles. A rollout on Retro Achievements means that developers band together to try and release as many games as they can and at a good quality. Oh, we're missing one. I think we'll come back for it. I think mentally we're coming back for it. So, piece of mosaic. That's the thing. It hasn't officially started. So for note, and I don't think it's like a crazy secret, but just as a for note, no one is allowed to claim games, and no one is allowed to like work on stuff right now. So like, the developers who are interested in doing the rollout or participating in the rollout should, this is such a strange pattern. It's almost as if I have to use an item on it. But I don't think it's here, no, because it's not the obvious place. It's just a very curious wall texture. Okay, so I'm going to have to mad dash to the other side of the room here. Without this guy spotting me. Ah! Ah! Good. There are probably quite a bunch of devs. I don't have the hard numbers yet, and honestly, I would just prefer to wait until you see everyone claiming their games before I would guarantee who is working on what. Right now, admins are working on the shortlisting. So basically, anyone who wanted to show interest would write down 5 games that they wanted to work on. This includes WiiWare as well, but no Virtual Console. That's not supported. And also retail titles. Then various people have been messaged that, you know, the status of their shortlist, it's not confirmed yet. They're sort of still negotiating, you know, who's going to work on what. So no real need for virtual... Oh, exactly, yeah. Unless you want to do Super Mario 64 with the floating point math slightly wrong. Oh, look at that.
I can't carry any more of these.
I like how there's a stealth section. It's literally like 2 rooms. So, man, if only I had a piece of this thing. WiiWare is nice, yeah.
Ancient mosaic. It has to be 1,000 years old. It's a shame there's a piece missing.
I like how it's like ancient, but it's like this is a civilization people still live in. True, true. Maybe that's the reason why like Commodore 64 isn't. Sorry, why Virtual Console is not being supported right now.
The guards are only on the lookout for strangers. If I could find someone known to them, they could explore Atlantis freely.
Wow, we went through this whole level being forced to be Milo, just so that like you can swap to Takeda here. So yeah, so I won't say like there's nothing like hugely confirmed. I will say that my shortlist pick, I actually really wanted to work on Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, and my reasoning is that it's the only Guitar Hero game that's not on the PlayStation 2. So now it's the last Guitar Hero game. And there's obviously a lot of questions that I think I'm probably going to have to chat to a lot of people about, which is, how much do we do? There is a lot of on-disc content, so we can probably just like say that right off the bat. There is definitely DLC content that was not released for Guitar Hero 5. And then there's a lot of content that like, well, it was for multiple games, but... Guitar Hero Live also didn't come out on the PlayStation 2, or the Wii for that matter, so... Guitar Hero Live, I don't know if anyone's archived playing games on the GH, whatever the name of the online mechanic is. I don't know if anyone's like archived how to play that system. But we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that for the time being. So yeah, but Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, I'm like, I've got a solid idea for what's in the set. I know technically we're not supposed to have done any code notes, but I just wanted to double check. I was like, how do I look into the game and how do I like understand the tooling? So I've sort of just been like poking around a little bit, nothing formal, but just like small things. And the one thing I noticed right off the bat was, oh, there's a revival GHE. Nice, nice. The one thing I noticed right off the bat was,
I cannot carry anymore.
The score is afloat, just like it was in World Tour on the PS2, which is a good sign.
I cannot carry any
So,
more of these.
hopefully, there's a lot of the game that is very similar to World Tour, even on the PS2 version, which would be nice, which would be very nice. Obviously, there's going to be a lot different, but we got all the clear crystals, that is true. I'm still missing a letter, though. I still think it's further on. Look at these god rays. They're actually really nice looking god rays as well. And they clearly use like dithering, but the dithering is quite smart. Actually, there's a transparency effect somewhere in the middle of some of these. Actually, maybe? Is it pure dithered? I think someone's going to have to do a frame by frame with no compression just to like double check.
I cannot carry any more of
She really can't carry any more of things because there's not that many enemies. And they flood you with these like healing items, I swear. Oh yeah, these floating platforms. You know. The mythical floating platforms. Okay, she's taking an aerial shot there. But yeah, So I did spot that, and for some reason my Dolphin keeps crashing every time I do a step-by-step in the emulator, which might make debugging some things kind of tricky, but it does have the inbuilt debugger, which means I can see the call stack, and that will help quite a bit in reversing it, which will help me at least isolate things, so I'm at least confident in... oh, there it is. I'm at least confident in getting this out. Wii and WiiWare is coming at some point. There is absolutely no ETA. People usually say, at the very least, it is at least 3 months away, but GameCube took longer, and who knows how much... She jumped so far. Who knows how long this is going to take, so I'll definitely say the only thing I can confirm, and by I can confirm as if I'm an authoritative body, but I think the only thing we can probably infer from this is definitely the next console. And they've got a YouTube video just to back it up, so this isn't even like any secret tellings. But yeah. Also, I just want to add, this may be the second Guitar Hero set that I've dev'd, and also the second one that I might have to do an emulator feature, because Dolphin doesn't emulate the microphones. Dolphin only has hard-coded emulation for 3 kinds of USB devices: the Skylanders portal, the Disney Infinity portal, and the Wii Speak. And the Wii Speak almost sounds like, well, isn't that a microphone? Yes, it is. So the UI and perhaps how it translates audio is basically the same as the Logitech microphone. But I think there are some differences with how the Logitech microphone presents itself. And not needed for Guitar Hero, but I think someone's going to ask for it for Rock Band. You need to be able to use 3 of them, because Rock Band lets you do that.
See you in Atlantis.
So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. But given that, yeah, given that PCSX2 and Dolphin are both on GPL licenses, so isn't that kind of weird? We gotta go back to this outer Atlantis level. And they don't show you the FMV when you're returning to levels, which is a nice touch, but also like, oh, okay, sure. But yeah, so my gut feeling is, I think the code is there, a mixture between PCSX2 and Dolphin, if I need to. We should take Dolphin's UI, basically, on how you put a microphone in and how it converts audio into a USB device. It's not... Well, yeah, exactly. Dolphin does support USB pass-through. If you have a USB device plugged into Windows, it can literally hook into every single, like, message that gets sent through. And technically it will work. But it only works with the Logitech microphones, which means, at the current moment, I don't have a Logitech microphone plugged in. So, it doesn't work. Oh, I finished the level. That was it. We're back in the outer Atlantis level. And I am not getting all the crystals, because otherwise I would have to backtrack through the entire level just to re-pick up all the old ones again. Because we've spawned past like another door, and you'll see where we are in a hot moment. Look at these big burly dudes, man, I tell ya. Still not hiding anything around corners. Whoa, no. It is very nice looking though, I'll tell you that. 2 locked doors, exactly, the 2 locked doors. But yeah, no, I'm excited to work on it. Obviously, I still have brain training. Have a nice one, Blub. Have a good one. This room looks familiar. This is fun as well, because it's actually very hard to remember which way went where. I think the tell is that it was either directly this way. Yeah, I think it was this way. I mean, we'll see in a hot moment. Going back. But yeah, so I still have brain training to work on. Brain training, I have more progress, which is I found an actual very reliable state of the screen that you're on value. Like, it's quite unique for whichever minigame you're on, including hard mode. Apparently, for all the minigames is its own thing, so that's nice. Oh, what a weird layout here. Oh, check it out! Who hid this here? Say it with me now. Movie activated. Oh, look at that! The end of the level. I mean, I get that there's crystals here, but it's like, unless you backtrack through the whole level to get all the other ones, like. Also, here's a question. Why? Why do we need the backtracking? Because there really wasn't that much on the, on the way there, was there?
Time
Oh
to
well.
get the memory card ready.
Anyway, we got 4 levels to go.
Looks like the right choice to
I'll
make.
be easy on you. Yeah, be easy on me for that one.
See you in Atlantis.
Rip on the retro achievement set for not asking for the crystals in any circumstance.
Where in Atlantis would you like to visit?
It's literally beating the levels and beating them 100%. They do this very, very, very long swim. And this FMV actually skips some shots as well. But they take a very, 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 very long swim. And they're still under the... I am under the water. So, we've got a whole level called Secret Swim, where you have to secretly swim. But yeah, so I should be making some good progress in the brain training set. I want to see if I can try and push through and get it done this month, but I've got another month on it in case. But the sooner I can do that, then the sooner I can work on Guitar Hero if I get it. That's one thing of note as well. I do want to do the emulator fix anyway, so yeah, there's no achievements for the clear crystals. It's a very straightforward set. Speaking of straightforward set, I'd like to mention, I literally played American 18-wheeler trucking on the Dreamcast. I played through its entire set in 2 hours just before stream, and it's like, oh, give it to me. Oh, I just had to punch him. I just had to punch the clam. It was all that was needed. Just punch the clams. I feel bad for him. You know, I was going to roast this game for, like, not having as much swimming, but, like, actually having, like, a dedicated swimming level here is, like, makes sense. Look at how many crystals there are, though. This game could go on forever. Hey, it's only a Biendeo moment if we suffered. Well, I didn't die at all in that level. I only died in the truck level. I remember this room from the Phase on Mines. Yeah. Yeah. I still haven't heard from 8BitDo, by the way, back about my controller, other than, they did message me and said, like, oh, they'll make an exception for me, which I'm like, for me asking for the full refund and not 60%. How generous of them, but I don't know, we'll see what they say. But they haven't responded back, so I don't know. Meanwhile, my Pro 3 has been escalated in its shipping date. It is now at least in the next 3 weeks. So, okay. At least it's not by the end of November. This platform looks very ominous, but I assume we come back here. 2 paths. And then, yeah. The other thing, I guess, of note is the Nintendo Direct that happened on, it was like Friday for everyone. It was 11 PM, and I unfortunately stayed up for it, so, but yeah. I didn't write down everything that happened in it, and honestly, I don't have a lot to say about, you know, a solid number of the games, so I'd definitely say, like, you know, give the presentation a watch if you want to see everything that was mentioned. The obvious first-party incomprehensible way to handle VBVC. Oh! Yes. So, let's start with this one. And I will leave pricing discussions just to the end, because they didn't mention pricing at all during the Direct, and Dragon Quest VII was cool. So, okay, so for reference, Virtual Boy is coming to the Virtual Console, which is a bit of a mouthful to say. They are launching with 14 games, which, for reference, the Virtual Boy only had 22 games in total. They are, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. I think definitely they don't have Nestor's Funky Bowling. They don't have Waterworld. I think there's another one in the US they're missing, but for the most part, they got all the ones that you particularly know of. And maybe they'll release more later. Maybe they'll actually get the rights to Waterworld and release the game for that. Old Hook. Remember this, the bit from Banjo-Kazooie? I don't remember this guy from the movie, I'll tell you that.
I can't carry anymore.
Just constantly saying you can't carry things because your health comes back between levels. But yeah, you may be then going, or if you, unless you watch the direct, you may be wondering, how do you also, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this is actually a mean Atlantis symbol. I got it first go, so we're good there. It drops me off in this room, so it's a mean symbol because it's, if you miss that jump, you just gotta swim back. Oh, crap. But yeah, you may be wondering, how do you do Virtual Boy? Didn't it involve VR? Yes. Yeah, the force backtrack, there you go. Didn't it involve VR? And the answer is yes. So what Nintendo has done is effectively made a Labo VR goggle thing for the Switch 2, because the regular one doesn't fit. Which it's nice, actually. If you want to play Labo VR, you could probably use this. Maybe. Oh, this is just a bit... I know I can punch the lobster, but he's going to respawn the next time I swim here. There's no point. I keep doing hand gestures. It's a terrible trend. No one can tell that I'm doing hand gestures. I usually don't even do hand gestures when I'm, like, talking normally, so it's actually a real terrible trend. But yes, so we'll get into pricing eventually, don't worry. There are two Virtual Boys. One is an actual plastic... True, yeah. One is an actual plastic mold version that's... Structurally, it literally is the Virtual Boy, which is quite cool. And one is just cardboard. It's just a Labo replacement, but okay. I remember seeing this in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory game.
Some of its links are missing.
Man, if only I had the links. Does that count? We good? We Gucci gang? You might be wondering what's beyond here. I'm pretty sure they don't let you go through.
The door is locked.
Yes, just so you know. But yeah, now I'm a little bit irritated by the fact that this is a Switch Online expansion pack exclusive thing. And then on top of that, you have to buy the goggles in some way, because obviously this is a Switch 2 exclusive, and they don't fit a traditional VR. I wish that you could just make your own, and you probably can in some way, shape, or form, but also almost backtracking, but not quite. I wish you could make your own in some way, but I think it's the lenses. I think there's like something to it. I'm not actually too sure what they do with people with different like focal distances as well. Is the Switch 2 just like doomed, basically? You have to play it a certain way. It is a hard sell on its own, and also on top of that, like other than like Wario Land and maybe like, was it? I've never played Jack Bros, although I know Jack Bros is an ultra rare title, so the fact that it's now going to have an actual official digital support means rip people who are hoarding onto it. Collect video games for the sake of possessing the video games, not for its resale value, guys. Come on. Yeah, there's a few cool ones, definitely. But it's like, will it convince me to buy the Switch expansion pack? No. Will it convince me to buy the games? Sorry, to buy the Virtual Boy plastic. I mean, honestly, like the plastic mold one is actually cool if you want something that looks like a Virtual Boy in your house. Practically, you shouldn't need it. It's already an impractical console. You do not need the real one. I think the VR goggles is effective enough. But also, here's a suggestion for Nintendo in the future, because obviously they're not gonna, one, listen to me right now, and two, they're not gonna take my suggestion now. But oh yeah, I know, you know, ROM dumping and like emulation is also hi. I am gonna need more of that air. I'm gonna need more of that air. I'm gonna need more of that air. Give me more of that air. Get out of here, octopus. You can change colors. True. You can change the colors, so you don't have to be staring at red all the time. There's a lot of features that like people in emulation can support, and certainly there's lots of emulator titles where it's like, oh, you know, like, look at this, save states or rewinds or other kinds of stuff like that, or retro achievements is literally a feature as well. This looks like a gap, but I know it's not. Yeah. I do like how the music changes when you go underwater, even if it makes you feel like you're about to panic. Look at that, all these clams just chilling. But here's a suggestion for Nintendo. Next time you have something like this, wouldn't it be cool, especially if you have to buy a physical peripheral in order to use it, wouldn't it be cool if this was like a physical title? So instead of, oh, you have to buy the Switch Online, why not price this as a, you know, a $70 or an $80 thing that you can buy at retail stores. You can buy, or off their website if you wanted to, and it comes with a cartridge which lets you play the Virtual Boy games. This way, it's not tied to the online experience. So one, if you want, you can make it a double sell. Two, you can still make it so people need to have the online to use the online capability as well. Like, I mean, I know you have to then put in the work to support the Switch Online without Switch Online membership, but you still have that already. Veteran dev previously mentioned undocumented unreleased VB game. Oh, is that in the list? I saw one that was, I saw 2 Tetris ones. Is that one of the ones that you're referring to? Yeah. But yeah, like, I honestly, like, if this was a, hey, this would be a physical collection of Virtual Boy games that you could own, that'd be kind of nifty and neat, and I would have said, oh, you know, maybe that might justify it. Like, it's obviously a bit of a quirky release, but, like, yeah, you know, like, it'd be kind of cool if it's like, hey, you know, now you own, you know, a collection of Virtual Boy games. But the fact that it's tied to the Switch Online means I don't own the Virtual Boy games. The only thing I own is a piece of cardboard. I don't feel exactly, or a big piece of plastic. I don't feel exactly solid about that. What if I break all the jars? Look at that, a key. It's a secret key as well. Also, you might be wondering, what is in this room? And the answer is, I don't know. They don't let you jump through there. There's merely a dev on Japan. Oh, okay.
The door is locked.
Oh, if only I had a... Also, hi, just nipped me in the butt there. Oh, it's not here. I think I saw the keyhole and then I, like, completely blanked out. Oh. Come on. Come on. It's a nice puzzle. I like it. Other than a little awkward, because you can't exactly see this thing at the same time as shooting. Come on. There you go. There we go. We're good. Ah, there's a slug! I should stop getting shot. It's not good for the hips.
I think Kita should take a look at this.
Oh. Okay, sure. Yeah. Now, besides that, in the Switch Direct, there were a few other things. In particular, there was a Mario movie that we knew was happening, but now they got... Yeah, I should probably heal. It really doesn't heal you that much, does it? Like, that's 40% of my health, but... Also, why is the health out of 50 and not 100? I guess it makes it easy to just work with, like, you know, 2 digits all the time. But still, you get plenty of lives in this game. Like, if you game over in this one, it's like, oh... I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Illumination films, but I'm also like, yeah, you know, the first one did well. Makes sense. Got the cast back. That's okay. I am amazed that the very first thing they announced was not the movie, but the marathon in Kyoto. Which is absolutely hilarious that that's, like, #1 there. Wow, look at that, a key. It works. Get rid of these roaches. I don't want no roaches. Possibly their best movie? Ooh. Well, maybe one day I'll watch it. There we go. And then yeah, they mentioned the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 remaster, which to me is like, oh, like rip people who bought 3D All-Stars, and then I was like, oh, now you gotta own Mario Galaxy again. Fortunately, digitally, they're just being sold as 2 separate titles. I wonder if the cartridge version will just function like it's 2 games, like it's just 2 games sitting there, and you can just pick them. So that might be neat. I mean, Galaxy 2 is going to play just like Galaxy 1 did in 3D All-Stars, and I'm not expecting really anything in the remaster. Maybe some better textures, but I don't know, it's just the same game. Running in 4K will be kind of interesting, because it's like people will obviously notice the quirkiness, but in motion, it seems fine. Galaxy is a great looking game, and as we said earlier, style above substance. Galaxy's art style is so solid, I don't think we mind too much. Speaking of mind too much, I haven't picked up a letter in a while. That's not speaking of mind too much, that's a completely separate point. I worry because we've gotten more than half of the crystals, but we're on 3 out of 8 of the letters. So, a little behind quota. Who knows? You'll know the moment we pick up the next one. Is the next letter. Come on. I want to get that. I want to get it. I want to get it. There you go. Do you think they hid the letter in this room? You know, it looks like they should, but a lot of letters hidden behind it. It's on the walls. The letters here. Oh! There's one. Is that an A? We did not miss any letters. They're just chilling and waiting. Like backtracking. I didn't miss any crystals, did I? I mean, would know, but... I do appreciate we get a bit of key to love here, but isn't it kind of weird that we barely got anyone else love? Like, we had to blow up something earlier, but... I think I've only used the Mole Man once, or twice. He's only been needed twice. To be fair, they're kind of just the secondary cast of the movie at this point, so... Well, they literally are the secondary cast of the movie, so... what else? There's a Mario Wonder Switch 2 upgrade. I assume there's single-player content as well, but they were like, yeah, look at all this, like, co-op content, or PvP content, like, fun little modes, and I'm like, it's cool, but... I do wish that the Switch 2 upgrades were, like, free, and then the extra content was just the paid stuff. I don't even mind if they charged, like, the same amount for it. But it's kind of annoying. It's like, oh, so if I don't buy this multiplayer, like, content, I cannot enjoy the game in 4K. You think I could get to that water in time? Yeah, I should be good. Unless a crab nips me in the butt. That's a lobster, I know. Yeah, I do always feel that. Mario Wonder, it's a great game. You should play it anyways, really. I like it. But yeah, I guess we'll see more about this content because I don't think it's out until next year. So, there's that. Also, it's 20 US, 30 Australian. I know I mentioned pricing, but just there it is. So there is that. Off the top of my head, what are some other ones that they mentioned? Yeah, the Yoshi game, which I think actually looks really swell. Maybe a bit cutesy, maybe like, oh, you know, where's the challenge? But like, no, it looks swell. I'm happy. I wanna do like pioneering as Yoshi, you know, that kind of stuff. I wanna figure out what all the enemies do, where they live, what they eat for breakfast, and the art style is amazing. I'm loving it. So there's that. There's Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, which didn't the game come out only like 2 months ago? And the DLC is out now. It's I'm gonna return to this room. I'm gonna make sure that there's air, because there was no clam in that room. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. Listen, we gotta have a Mega Man Star Force collection, which they definitely showed in the US presentation.
I cannot carry any more of these.
Alright, do I bother doing
carry
looking?
more of these.
Yeah, let's do some looking. In our underwater. In an octopus's garden in the shade. Gonna get sued for that one. But I think all of these lead to places. That's what's gonna make this kind of annoying. Like you can very easily tell what's the end of the level. But I'm like, yeah, you know, look at all these different places.
I cannot carry any more of them.
Yeah, the level design in this game is like fairly solid. It's just like, yeah, you know, there's a bunch of different directions and places to go. I like how you cannot carry this. Also me, 7 health. Yeah, the Yoshi game's great. The Donkey Kong DLC, roguelike stuff. I'm like, you know, there's a lot of games that probably would do well with a roguelike kind of mode. So it looks neat. It is out today along with a new map. Also $20. Just want to add. It's a bit of a purchase. $20 US. Oh yeah, exactly. And I like that the mode can apply to every map as well. That's kind of cool. So. How many we're at the... Okay, we've got 3 letters. And, I did find the green gem. Did I? Yeah. Yes. Yes, we did. This is where the thing was spitting at me. It does seem cool. Yeah, the only thing I'm sort of salty about is like, you know, like so soon after the release of the base game makes me wonder, were they working on this right away? And they decided, we're going to sell it as separate content. I'm never the biggest fan of that. I like it when the DLC is truly an add-on. If your game is big, just sell it as a sequel, man. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's being a bit picky. I don't know. Man, if only I could drag this. If only I could push this. If only I could drag... She's really not dragging or pushing this. She could probably just jump this. Oh, but she almost can. Yeah. Good thing Nintendo doesn't do day one DLC, am I right? So, Pokemon Legends Zaza. It's a game that's coming out next month. And, it has day one DLC. It's the worst kind of day one DLC as well, because it's actually just cosmetic costumes, but they are part of a 45 Australian dollar, 30 US dollar, which is like literally, well, I was going to say it's half the price of the game, but it's like, well, it's half the price of the game on the Switch. It's, you then got to also buy the $20 upgrade to turn into the Switch 2 version. Is it $20 or is it $7? Oh, sorry, $10 in the US. I forgot. Wasn't paying attention on that one. Although I have to become Keter again to actually make the jump after pulling that. Interesting, but sure. Yeah, all of that. The game is out next month, but... And honestly, I don't know what they really showed in the trailer other than, like, some teasing. I think there's some raid bosses, but it's like... I don't know what's in the trailer to, like, go, oh, you know, this is the new Pokemon game. Or at least the new Legends game. Yes, that looked nice, yeah. Into the lobster pit you go. Also, there was Dynasty Warriors. Also, there was Hyrule Warriors. Also, there was a brief showcase in the sizzle reel of One Piece Warriors, and I'm like, we got 3 Warriors titles in one direct.
Carry any more of these.
How interesting. But the Dynasty Warriors one also showed off day 1 DLC, and I'm like, come on guys, really? At least Nintendo's making it very obvious what's paid DLC. Like, they literally use that phrase, paid DLC. So, hey, you know, for me as a consumer, I'm at least very aware of what you're releasing. Yeah, those were the only DLCs, actually, that Nintendo really had, was the Donkey Kong one, and then, oh, I guess the Mario Wonder one, and then the Pokemon one, which I guess is their big games. Also, hi, look at me, I can sequence break like the best of them. And stand in the warm pea, apparently.
Amazing. This water glows with color. I should find a way to take some with me. It might be of use elsewhere.
Man, if only I could carry water. Oh, I can't actually. Well, we're gonna come back for this later. I wonder if, like, those, like, come out at some point. Like, you're meant to activate something, and here I am just, like, jumping up early. Whoops, sequence breaking. You can't sequence break. They vetted. They went, nah, can't do it.
I cannot carry any more of these.
Having a maze section is... Oh, yeah, I was like... I don't remember that jump being that obnoxious to get the thingy. Look at this, man. Look at this. The best part as well is that you can clearly tell that, like, we probably want to get the crystal... Oh my gosh, I goofed it up anyways. Listen, man, I did not know I was going to bounce like that. I'll just say that. It's a little bit of a trek. Because look how far down you go before you start ascending again. There you go. You're making fun of me, Fanny. Ah! So, what else did they show off? Metroid Prime 4. Finally, it's back after not having a release date other than it's coming out this year. It's actually coming out December 4th. Also, I forgot to mention, for Mario Galaxy, they're releasing a physical Rosalina's storybook, and I'm like, that is very charming. And then weirdly, they mentioned that the remaster has more pages in the storybook, and the physical release just has the original pages. I don't know why they explicitly mention that, or why that's the case, but curious. For Metroid, they're actually doing a retrospective book for Prime 1, 2, and 3, and I am probably going to get that, because I love those games. I love them. And I probably need to play Prime 3 at some point on stream, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Motorcycle Samus. Yeah, Samus is on a motorcycle. People saying it's open world, and a part of me goes, maybe it's just big map. Like, who knows? Who knows how it'll be? But certainly Nintendo has been doing lots of open world stuff. Okay, good. We got there. Also, look at that. That's all the goodies.
Movie activated.
Oh my goodness, a different character. Set the line. Alright, so, come back here when I can carry stuff. No backtracking needed for now. I like how last stream was like a shorter stream. Or not a shorter one, but it's just like, oh, you know, I like sat it right at 2 hours, and then this one is like, you know, it's probably going to be a bit of a stretch.
Once all 3 vessels are full, the path will become clear.
Well, yeah, but I need to find the switch for that third one. Also, bats. Throwing a maze level at kids is just like asking for trouble, I tell ya. Listen, if you just go clockwise, it'll all make sense. It's not that every room looks the same, even though it does. Am I going back to where I was just before? Because I do remember the long tube. I am. Oh, wait, no, yeah. Wait, no. Oh, I remember there was a room I didn't see on this side of the pond. Might as well keep observing. Any other big Nintendo titles that they showed off? Tomodachi Life, but honestly, like, the only thing I realized in the trailer was, man, they're really sticking to that voice, aren't they? They're not going to change that text-to-speech voice at all. So, yeah. I think there's a direct on it later. Probably closer to its release, so that'll be fun and fine. Also, Kirby Air Riders is also getting a direct again. Sakurai is just going to town on those. Yeah, they did not show Rhythm Heaven. They also didn't show Splatoon. Those were the two that I was like, well, they announced them, but okay. They suck with newer stuff. They announced the Fire Emblem at the end. So, for the people who have been holding out, Sakurai cannot be stopped. No, he cannot. For the people holding out for Fire Emblem, here it is. I like going like, oh, you know, how long ago did previous Fire Emblem came out, I was like, well, I played WarioWare, which treated Fire Emblem Engage as a retro title. So that's fun. You know, this area is not as confusing as I thought. Or is it? I didn't... I should probably heal. I should probably hit that checkpoint, actually, even better. Oh, look at that. Look at that, checkpoint. Other than that, I think that was it for Nintendo's main stuff. There were some other ones in there. Some games that got, like, announcements and things like that. And, what was one... Exactly, perfect timing. The Jug. That I should have picked up ages ago, but that's okay. Good thing there's no fall damage. Isn't it... it's kind of annoying. I wandered past this room and I didn't pick that up. Watch the Japanese version. I didn't have too much new stuff. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else big off the top of my head. Yeah, Pokopia, the name's a bit of a mouthful, but that looked cool. That looks curious and interesting. I'm like, there you go. And weird. And that Ditto is haunting my nightmares. Fatal Frame 2 getting a remaster, which is curious because we haven't had a Fatal Frame game since that Wii U title that Nintendo published. I do remember that one. There were some other ones. They showed off Dinkum, and I'm like, Dinkum's already, like, it was an early access game, and it's been out on PC for, like, a while out of early access, but, hey, you know, neat that that's there. Okay, I believe it's in this direction, the yellow thing. I don't know where that last crystal is. Hopefully we find it, but I'm not gonna pull out hairs if we don't. Yes, you did say that one. And I said, which they definitely showed off, but only in the Japanese one, which is kind of curious. There was another game as well. It had farming mechanics kind of early on, and I was like, that looks nice and comfy. Weirdly enough, it was also a Switch exclusive. I've completely forgotten the name, but if you watch the Direct, it's like literally the first thing after the Mario part. I like how Persona 3 is in the sizzle reel. It's like, oh my gosh, they spend this time like, you know, like the freaking campfire game from the previous Direct. Probably wasn't a sequence break. It probably was just like, oh, you needed the vase. There you go, vase of water. Tower and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree was also Japan only. Interesting, interesting. What else did they show off? Resident Evil 7 and 8 and 9 all coming out on the same day on the Switch 2, which is kind of fun. That's a February release, which is day 1, I believe. So that's cool. Yeah. Overall, though, I am very surprised that Nintendo has saved a long presentation for this point in the year. Like, you would imagine E3 June time would be the big time, but no, they've stacked even more here, so good on them. I'm actually very happy about their output. I think that they're doing really good stuff. Maybe about Brownie. Ah! Oh, good old Brownies. Brownie Brown. And then, yeah, you mentioned Dragon Quest VII. I spotted it immediately from the island. I was carrying that much water the entire time, by the way. That's probably the end of the level, so I think we're probably gonna concede on the missing thingy. Unless you're probably going, I don't know, somewhere back. I don't think we're gonna see it on the way back, though. I think it's probably long gone. I'm curious how you get up there. Maybe it's up here. If it's up here, your tears will be spared. Oh my gosh, the X button is not doing what I want it to do right now. And by the X button, I mean the A button on my not... Oh, look, the crystal. I was like, there's these boxes here. How do we get them?
I cannot carry any more of these.
Listen, man, I was making you panic.
I cannot carry any more of these.
But that was the end of the level right there, so... yeah, overall, great stuff from Nintendo.
Looks like the
What was she saying there? Looks like the... Okay. We are still sticking on. We're gonna beat this game to stream, so
Good job.
we've still got 3 more levels to go.
For this mission. See you in Atlantis.
We're going to Atlantis, apparently. Treachery! So, it turns out that the big military gruff was evil the whole time, and also pointing guns at people, and the kind of stormtrooper outfits probably gave it away, didn't it? You know, if it wasn't for that, she probably would have killed this poor guy. I do like getting rich. Triple? Well, turns out everyone is against us. Or at least just this guy and every stormtrooper in the movie, because the supporting cast go, well, you know, maybe they were wrong.
Wow, the palace. Somehow, I think the king isn't telling us the whole history about this place. It's
And then the game sort of takes a step back. It's like, hold on, wait. We gotta do another adventure level. That's okay. But yeah, no, the direct was solid. And then comes the point of the pricing. And, so I mentioned Pokemon. Also, we fought these things a bunch before. I believe you have to go... Is it this way? Yeah, you want to go this way just to start off. Oh, the frame rate does have a bit of a moment in this room. That's okay. Hello there, how are you doing?
I know what you seek, and you will not find it here. Your journey has been in vain.
Okay.
We were once a great people, but that knowledge is now lost. The broken mosaic is all...
Did you look in the last place you put it?
Prepare the mosaic, and you may unlock the past. Take this key.
Take this key.
Now go.
Kind of awkward if you just walk past them and you get the... You miss the key. It's a skeleton key. It's made out of skeletons. So... then you look at the pricing of things. And, in the Nintendo Direct. The key things of note is that obviously... $20 DLC or $30 DLCs for things, and especially for Pokemon when it hasn't come out after that game already has the paid upgrade price to be a Switch 2 version. There's quite a bit of a cost with some of these games, and it's weird because they also showed off Stardew Valley as getting a Switch 2 version, and it's nice that you can use the mouse, but that's a free upgrade. He's still charging 18 Australian, it's probably 12 US, for that game. And that's such a labor of love. That is such a labor of love. I am, you know, you sure you don't want, like, more money for that game? Because he deserves it. He really does for Stardew Valley. Japanese Direct had a Disney thing. Oh, where's my... I need my Disney-themed fitness rhythm game. But yeah, it's like there's other games, like obviously it's like, well, Donkey Kong is a $70 title and here's this $20 add-on US for both of those. So 110 Australian, $30 add-on. It's like, wow, starting to get kind of up there. I know I talked about Borderlands 4 and I would like to mention Borderlands 4 already costs 110 Australian dollars. No, not too many crystals, so maybe it's a shorter stage. Borderlands 4 already costs $110. The deluxe version, which contains just like some pre-order bonus stuff, is 160. And with probably like Season Pass 1, because who knows what they're going to tack on afterwards, is 200 Australian dollars. Yeah, 140 ain't as bad, but you know what else? Stardew Valley is $18. That's not even a sale price. That's just like, whatever. Why can I go in here? It's obviously a wall I can climb. There you go. I don't know. This doesn't seem like the ladder type, but once I start picking apart the room, I go, makes sense. But yeah, and as for the physical stuff, this is when it starts getting very eyebrow-raising. As you mentioned, Fetty, the cardboard for the Virtual Boy is $25. The big one is $110. Sorry, $100 US, which is a lot of dollar. Because the Switch is like $450 US, I think that's its price. It's like, man, this thing is like nearly a quarter of a Switch. That's crazy. Maybe it's on limited order. Sure, okay. But the amiibos, I would also like to add as an interesting point. And I don't think a lot of people have actually noted this, but the amiibos, if people look, they're $30 US. All of a sudden. Half the price of like a regular game. Interesting. And then on top of that, so they showed off that there were a couple of other amiibos for the release of... Actually, on the release of Metro Prime 4, there'll be a Psylocke amiibo, but for some odd reason, a month before, there'll be a Samus amiibo and also the Samus on the motorbike amiibo. And the Samus on the motorbike amiibo is... I think it's $55 US. And also for Kirby Air Riders, they're actually doing like a Skylander Swap Force kind of thing, where it's like you can take the figurine off the ship and sort of like double up the, you know, like, can you swap the ships and swap the pilots and get more combinations of amiibo love, which will be good fun. $55 US. I'm like, that's nearly the price of a whole game.
There, who knows what's hiding in the dark?
Who knows what's in the dark?
Team member has the right equipment for this.
Holy crap, we got to use a character again. Oh my goodness. But yeah, those are some crazy prices, because historically, like, maybe, you know, we haven't had as many, like, massive amiibos, but, like, regular amiibos have usually been, like, $18 US? They're $30 US now. What's going on there? Then, I would like to refer you to the Australian pricing. The price of those amiibos is... Oh. We go Audrey on this one? Can't switch them all, man. Yeah, 15 euros here, yeah. 30 Australian, which lines up. That lines up, and amiibos have always been 30 Australian. I think maybe they used to be 25 Australian when they first came out. Is she gonna go in the dark room?
A few flares should light my path.
Yeah, isn't that weird that, like, 2 characters have in the dark powers? Look, it's like Tomb Raider. Or Quake 2. Listen, it's cool. I'm okay with this mechanic. Whoa. That's a bit cheeky, though, because it's like you have to sort of gauge where the ledge is. Actually, you could probably just shoot the floor. Yeah, you can shoot the floor. PS1 games that obviously show off that the lighting is Garage based, and therefore it's all vertex lit. When the lighting is stationary, I can't see where I'm going. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Alright, let's wander back. The Samus Bike Amiibo, $60 Australian, by the way. The Kirby Amiibos, also $60. The Amiibo pricing in Australia is kind of the same. Also, what's with the Virtual Boy pricing? Well, the cardboard is 30 Australian, and the fancy one is 145, actually. It's a bit. But the cardboard one isn't, like, numerically as high a number as the US number. But the US dollar often is, like, 50, or, like, you know, the Australian dollar is also high. Hi. Check out this cupboard on the wall. I don't think there's too many places. Like, I think that's basically it. You know, it's just a big round room with a jump in the middle. I don't think we're really losing too much sleep over, like, what's here. It is kind of annoying. It's like, oh, you gotta make sure you aim. And see where you're going. There we go. It's neat and fun though. I'll give you props for that one.
I can't carry any more of these.
Bleh. Also, hi, another prison. You can tell what's about to happen here. Also, you can tell that given that you can't... Actually, yeah, do I need to swap from her? Probably. Can I swap back to her? Nope. Can't go back if you missed something at this point, but yeah, we should be fine. But yeah, the pricing is wild in just the US. But a lot of people, and someone myself included, will sometimes base the US pricing as like, well, that's the norm, the historical norm. But I think there's something very odd going on. Listen, we gotta reuse that stealth mechanic. Whoa! Whoa! What about the euro? I haven't checked the euro pricing, but...
They spotted me! Run!
Don't worry, you can't find me. Oh, snap, they're everywhere. Ugh. There we go. I haven't checked the euro pricing, but you saying 15 euros is like... Usually the euro and the US dollar line up fairly close. Like, not like... You know, point for point exactly, but like they've crossed over in the past few years. Yeah, exactly. So... For anyone who was wondering, you know, is there any... Also, hi, getting poisoned. This is what I mean, though. There's plenty of these healing items everywhere. Can you not run where the dude is? Okay. Well, I can use these to get out of the way, but I do hope that I'm not missing anything, because I'm sort of, like, shortcutting. Alright, make a bolt. Oh, snap. There you go. Oh no, we're doing alright. We're doing alright. It's I'm always terrified when I hear a big like noise like that. Okay. We'll keep it going, we'll keep it going. But yeah, if only there was a the cool it is the cool S. But yeah, so most likely this is the US tariffs kicking in real hard. Here is a bunch of hardware in particular that is being subject to the US tariffs, and therefore Nintendo's just going, we are going to price it up for the consumer. Which sucks for the US consumers, because they're kind of cheap here. I'm actually curious if you're going to see people start like import spamming games, especially from like European audiences, since almost all Switch games are actually kind of the same worldwide.
I can't carry any more of these.
You know, they'll release a game and it's like, well, it's got all the languages on it. So, like, is there any big difference? People who dump games probably will know more than I do about this, but yeah, it's like, you know, your Switch 2 is going to run the same on every console, no matter where it's from. Except for the Switch 2 in Japan that's locked to Japan only, purely for cost-saving measures. Actually, not for cost-saving, because I assume they probably get like a tax bonus or an export disincentive, so they just basically say like, okay, well, there's a Japan-only version, we put in the effort for that, and it's priced accordingly. Well, there's a letter. Ooh. Look at that, I'm not missing any letters. I'm worried about the gems, the crystals, but sure. This is a big room with a big window. The Disney Rhythm Fitness game is going to have English. Yeah, exactly. There's lots of games like that where, like, even if they're released in Japan only, like, I kind of wanted to get, although, to be fair, I wanted to get a Densha Day Go, and that is definitely not in English, but that's fine. I believe I can actually buy that through Nintendo's eShop as well. It actually goes for nice discounts. So that'd be fun. But yeah, rip to the US audiences, because naturally price increases, once they start hitting the consumer like this, they will filter. This will 100% show some people out the door. They're not going to buy Switch 2 games And they're going to be like, yeah, or Switch 2 hardware. They're just going to be like, this is too pricey. And the Switch 2 already is a kind of pricey system. I don't think it's woefully pricey for, like, what it is. Also, show that guy's who's boss. I guess we can't scooch past it, but it's not like there was anything else in there. Just push that boulder for the sake of pushing it, you know? Why not? Here's a question. Which direction do you think is the way to go, and which direction is the way to goodies? We'll keep exploring around here, but you can tell the level's not going on for too much longer, so should be okay. Pancakes. They like their Spyro the Dragon, what can I say? There are so many items though, I tell you. And the worst part, I haven't been using the crystals. Hold on, let's just go for it. I've been using them all over the place. Hold on. Combine with the boomerang. What do we get? 10 uses of boomerang. I'm pretty sure that guy took 3 hits anyways. Maybe they have elemental effects against different enemies, but like... Oh, especially when they miss, it doesn't do any damage. Okay. So I believe the mosaic is here. Is it not here? I'm so glad I hit triangle in anticipation of finding out what this was, and then I absolutely skipped the dialogue. 100% that's the mosaic. Or it's just locked, and I need to use the mosaic somewhere else. Alright, well, good to know. But yeah, people are going to get filtered out. Now, is people getting filtered out necessarily, like... I mean, it is a bad thing for the consumer at the end of the day. Anything costing more is obviously bad for the consumer. If games could be made at cheaper budgets and still be the same quality, I really hope game developers go, hey, you know what? Wouldn't it be great if games were cheaper so people would be incentivized more to buy more games? When games are expensive, people will start locking in certain games. And some companies are not as safe as others on that front, which is why you outprice your competitors and why you deliver good experiences for not as high prices. Nintendo used to be that. I'm not too sure if they are anymore. Which is a bit of a shame. The Switch 2, as a console, costs kind of around the same mark as the other consoles. Oh, yeah, there's these, like, flowers in this thing here. Team Cherry, oh yeah, they're doing the good stuff.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make sense. Milo, it's a gear. Well, this room looks familiar, doesn't it? If only I paid attention to that dialogue that I skipped over. Also, check this out.
Not my field. Better get someone else.
Suddenly, it is a cracked wall. Oh, right in the Achilles heel. Is there a checkpoint in this room or the room before? Oh, it was in this room. Yes. There we go. So I guess... So for reference, by the way, the remaining 2 levels do not have the characters. It doesn't have swappable characters, so this kind of is the last showing. We can only make your characters last one more go. Time to place dynamite and stand right next to it. You're telling me this was purely a secret? Oh no, we got the piece there. But yeah, I don't suppose like
The door is locked.
the door is locked. That is true. I feel like, did we wander past where the mosaic was, or? 3 crystals left. Gosh, they are aggressive on the throwing. I mean, this seems like the entrance of that room. because we wandered out of... Hold on, where's my level design? Yeah. So we went past the stealth room, and now we're in this kind of maze of areas where we need to use the mosaic. Like what the guy said earlier. So it's definitely in here somewhere. I got an idea as well. And by an idea, I mean things that I remember off the top of my head, but I was like, how do we put them together? So yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, I would say as much I'm like, oh, you know, Nintendo... Oh, yeah, also... yeah, maybe Vinny... True. Also, on the topic of the Mario Galaxy remasters as well, the price of those, $40 US individually, or $70 US dollars together. In Australia, it's 60 Australian, which lines up, or 90 as the bundle, including the physical. And I'm like, well, why is it 70 US but only 90 Australian? A little odd. And that's for the digital versions. I assume retail's probably going to be the same thing. Nope, not standing there. It's standing over here. Is it here? There we go. Just got to keep scrubbing. Scrub that dirt. Check it out. There's another piece of the mosaic. Just here. I think that's just literally the light shining there, so... so now I need to, like, mental note. Where's the mosaic? I think maybe it might have to be Kita. Maybe Kita knows what's going on. Good aim. But yeah, the pricing on various, also for reference as well, I'm very certain Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 were available on the Wii U eShop for $20 US each. Which means, regardless, they're still charging more than they used to. And I'm not too happy about that. And it doesn't even seem like there's really anything that's special other than they added in some storybook chapters. I don't expect them to add anything, but I'm not happy about the price being cheaper in the past and suddenly they're charging more for it. And I guess generally, it's like, is that the trend? Like, everything's going down? Everything's more expensive now? Hello, back from lunch? We're wandering around the level. Look at that, you just have to spin it. Spin it to win it. There you go, it opens up. The game's almost done. We still got 2 levels after this, but they are relatively quicker levels. And we're nearly done with this one, so... But, it is a longer stream than last week, so at least we've got that. So there's all that. Did I get the green crystal? We did get the green crystal. So we're done with this level. Other than, Fetty would really like me to get all the clear crystals. So not a neat paleo. Yeah, it's not as neat, but I'd say it's a fairly fine point to call it. Maybe, honestly, the truck level probably could have been on the previous stream, but yeah, that's fine. So, okay, there's a big mosaic. Go up to it. Piece of mosaic. Use it. Go up to it. Piece of mosaic. Use it. Go up to it. Piece of mosaic. Use it. Wow. Have you noticed that we've never combined anything? Remember the Gex streams? Oh, yeah. Exactly. There is no disaster zone with this this game. This is a very ordinary and expected game. I was like, oh yeah, beginning of the level. There we go. And now we move on. So there's now only 2 levels left in the game. So for reference, neither of the levels are switching between characters style levels. None of that was it. That was the extent of switching between characters. It's neat that they exist in the game, but they do not get a lot of love. They do not get a lot of action between them, which is a bit of a shame. Crystal. Again, I do like the animation of this one. Like, just the way the characters walk. I do wonder how much rotoscoping they actually used on this one. Also, this old man who was along for the ride. We just haven't mentioned him. I'm not gonna comment on specific characteristics of the driver. You just use them. You just use the crystal. They didn't really clarify this in the game, but in the movie, the point is that Kida is sort of like a key to unlocking mysteries of the past, and a lot of people in Atlantis are they're sort of dying out. Yeah, it's like a key, like an ignition for the vehicle, but sort of there's a lot of mysterious artifacts in Kida. Hey, you see what we did there? Look at this slightly odd image. But yeah, that's right. It's a flight level. I do like these flying levels, or at least these on-rail kinds of levels.
Mark may have Kida now, but I'll never let him take her. Without her, Atlantis is doomed.
Atlantis is doomed. But yeah, it's kind of like the previous one, but it's flying again. So you gotta go up and down. But hopefully it means I don't. Oh, hi. I guess I should be shooting, shouldn't I? Let's hold down X and hope for the best. Also, hi. I want to hit the checkpoint, but got that there. It's pretty action-packed though. These driving parts. Like visually, they're pretty sound. It's fun having not a skybox, like actual like faraway models. I mean, they're obviously like LOD swapped out to the extremity, but hey, you know what? I'm all cool for it. It's very neat. And honestly, like, you know, as a overall summary, it's like, yeah, I've still enjoyed this game. I would still say it's like a very fair game. It's not particularly amazing, but it's like, yeah, you know, like if I was a kid and I had this, and honestly, I knew a kid who had this and I played through it with him, and yeah, no, it's solid. I got it, don't worry, I got it. It looked like I didn't get it, but I got it. Good thing I followed the path. Even if this level is pretty on rails, like, look how many health power-ups. There's so many of them. Just hold down the X button and you're good. Pew, 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 pew. I just want to activate a movie, though, you know? Ooh, cave part. Everyone likes a good cave part. I'm still very surprised they didn't have a PS2 version of this game, though. Because, again, remember, this came out the same year as, like, Monsters, Inc. And Monsters, Inc. had both. And then Monsters, Inc. had a PS2 game afterwards. Movie activated. Everyone likes a movie. That was activated. I'll showcase what we're unlocking as well at the end, so... But, yeah, it's a quickie. It's a real quickie. Dun, dun, dun. So here we are. Time to get that memory card ready.
Good job.
Everyone likes saving.
Why you were chosen for this mission.
Yeah. So what's coming up in the next week for things? I don't know. But it'll be a fun, interesting time seeing what's ahead. I kind of like the villains in this one. Like, obviously they're villains, but like... They're just enjoying it, man. I don't know. The lawful kind of evil, I guess. So anyway, boss fight level. Everyone likes a good old boss fight.
Ah, Milo. I don't
survived this long. You're obviously far more resourceful than I ever gave you credit for. Unfortunately, everyone's luck runs out eventually, and you, my dear, have just reached the end of the line.
Ooh. Ooh. So, you might be wondering, does this level have the collectibles? And the answer is yes. You see what I mean about how, like, you technically move faster in the air? So, but anyway, we gotta defeat her somehow. It'd be kind of cool if you could use your combinations of items to actually make your boomerang stronger. Whoa! I'm dodging bullets.
Shouldn't have tried to stop us, Milo.
Oh yeah. I was like, how do we do this? Oh yeah, she's just gotta shoot these like rudder things. Oh, there goes another one, she says, as she's clearly aiming at him. Also, that was it, by the way. That was it for her. Now we gotta fight this guy.
Mr. Thatch, I have to hand it to you. You're a bigger pain in the neck than I would have ever thought possible. But enough chit-chat. This time I'll deal with you myself.
Okay. He's still wearing his outfit on this one. So... Did I just... Okay, don't do that. Don't jump off the side of the map. This is why we don't jump. I think the annoying part is that you have to sit through that line of dialogue every time. Like, this stage is so quick and a half.
Here's another one.
So for reference, all the Atlantis leathers, they all start raining down from the sky in that fight. So you literally just have to, like, just dance around for a while. You see what I mean? You can't skip it. This one was a pain for the achievement as well, because I wasn't particularly good at it. Oh, you can skip that at least. You can skip that. Okay, so you see how the ladder drops down? There's no rush to get it, but the next ladder's not going to drop down until you pick up the previous one. So you're just going to have to dance around for a while. Also, again, it's in the movie, but the game didn't really clarify that, like, she's sort of... I don't know, I think she's in, like, an avatar state or something, and she's then trapped in this cage, and they're sort of, like, they're going to take her out of here. I guess the idea is that suddenly... you know, the battery that or the power source, the life source that feeds the population is effectively being removed from Atlantis. And everyone will die. Which, to a viewer, you can even go, well, Rourke's a bit of an idiot because he's probably about to kill the thing that he's about to sell off. But I guess he's in it for that, so, sure. You can't catch me! It's raining fire from the sky. But yeah, no, I'm hoping that there's some exciting stuff that happens in the next week. And yeah, obviously, there's tons of news, tons of stuff this week. And obviously a bunch of things that I'm actively avoiding discussing, even though that people on my timeline will constantly mention. And I think everyone has an opinion on certain things in the world. I will say, oh, there was one in the world of politics, which is apparently here in Australia. We passed a law basically requiring age ID for adult websites, just like the UK. We also expect the websites to implement this, just like the UK. Which, at the very least, it's like, well, you know, if it's the same as the UK, hopefully it won't involve more like systems. It won't involve more implementation. But one thing they did say is that, like, oh, you know, what if people use VPNs? Well, we just expect websites to ask for an age if they detect people using a VPN at all, which is so short-sighted because I'm like, holy crap, you can just, like, you could just use, you know, like, an Amazon instance and then just host OpenVPN on it or something like that. There are so many things. There's a green crystal as well, just for note. It's going to come down eventually. Wherever it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, we'll do another lap. Also, I guess you can still heal, so like there's not really going to be that much trouble in fighting this guy. I guess the question is, how do we do it? And I'm pretty sure you hit him with the boomerang. I think something happened, so I don't know, I forgot what it was. Yeah, you hit him with the boomerang and then you punch him? No? Something like that. No? Not punch him with the boomerang? Maybe you hit the thing in the center. There you go. Oh, and then he gets trapped in ice, and then you punch him. Nope. Then you probably hit him with the boomerang again. We're trying out everything. I've completely forgotten how you beat this guy. Oh, you just hit him with the boomerang twice. Punching means nothing. I think this is probably why I was like tricky to not take a hit, because it's like it involves a bit of meandering, bit of figuring it out. And he takes a couple of hits. Ow. And you can just randomly get set on fire. Also, I'm on 1 health, so you know what? Let's actually just spam the first aid kits, because why not? We're there. I do like him making fun of me every time he hits me. And there you go. That was that's it. That's the game. There you go. There's Atlantis. The only thing I wanted to mention was the NBN upgrade happened, and turns out since I still don't have fiber to the premise, my upload speeds are now 100 megabits instead of 50 megabits, which is still pretty fast, but I wish I could go faster than that. The business plans only go up to 100 megabits, so really, you know, nothing much has changed. But I can request a new termination device and get 2 gigabits to my house for download, but not for upload. It's apparently a HFC limitation, just the way they've implemented it in the back. It's single duplex or half duplex, and it's just only going to support that much speed because that's how they've configured everything to work. So we end with an FMV where we save the day. Almost. There's a dramatic ending because it's like, well, you know, is she okay after opening the thingy? Oh, and there's also a big volcano because all of Atlantis is about to crumble. And then we skipped half of that scene. We don't need to worry about the volcano part. It was irrelevant. I do wonder about these games because sometimes they come out basically at the same time as the movie and sometimes a little bit before. So it's like someone could pick this up and be like, well, I haven't watched the movie, but I guess that spoils it? I don't know. Oh, and also her dad, I'm very certain, got killed in the middle of this. But we will gloss over that point. But no, I like the movie. I like the movie. And the game's alright. We did it. We saved Waterworld. Kevin Costner will be happy for eons. I don't think I've seen the sequel. It was direct-to-video. I'm not expecting it to be as big, but you know, they hit on most of the points. And there you go, that's the game. That's the game. Enjoy some Eurocom credits. We saved the city. We saved everyone. But no, it's a solid one. Sequel's neat? Oh, nice. Nice. No, solid title. Definitely, if you're interested in just comfy platformers, it's an alright one. It's got a little bit of the Tomb Raider, but then it's like, it's not really that much Tomb Raider. I'd probably say it's actually, I do like how expansive some of its levels are, but I just do wish that there was more to it. Like maybe there's a couple of extra moments from the game that you could go, or from the movie that you could, find something, throw it into the game in some way. But no, very solid. I do not see a certain actor for the voice cast, so maybe they got someone to fill in. Look at this art in the background. If only there was a way that we could see the art. Panther as a surname, by the way, is gnarly. It's amazing. I've never met anyone with Panther as a surname. But yeah, no, it's solid. So we've still got 2 more weeks of that's it, by the way. We've got 2 more weeks of September. So before some spooky games come in, I will find something else to play for the rest of the month. But yeah, we've got features here where you can see personal files. So we can see some character profiles for all our characters. I will gloss through them. I'm not going to stop on them too much, but it's nice that, like, hey, you know, especially for the kids who probably aren't going to know too much about these characters, even from the gameplay, it's nice that, you know, they've got a description here. I do wonder how much, like, I guess kids learn about these characters, or at least the ones that get presented in the game. At least the ones that are in the game. I don't know about anyone else. When we activated movie, we unlocked this, basically, where you'd be able to...
Let's take a look at how well you've done.
Yes. You'd be able to look at all of the movie cinematics that we saw on the way. Which is absolutely none that you haven't seen. The same city as Vinny. Naples of Napoli. I don't know if it's... Maybe that's it. But we've also got concept art. So let's show the concept art. Except it's got a big exit button in the middle. But you're going to have to deal with that. But a lot of this art's pretty cool. I wonder how much of this is actually like the artist from for the movie actually drew art of like, hey, I want to see this in the game or this kind of set piece. Because yeah, there's a lot of Sicily, my boy. That's not Naples. Also, Sicily's the island, is it not? You gotta say, like, what is it, like Palermo or something? Palermo's a city in Sicily. The city of Sicily. Yeah, that was some neat concept art. A lot of this does feel very gamey, like having the, you know, like the platforms all over the place. Yes. Unless it's not Palermo. This is when we start going to, like, literally point me to the house and or hospital. Nah, no. There's the boomerang. He's got the boomerang. The combining mechanic, it really doesn't get much use. This didn't get any use, did it? Using the boomerang as skates. Curious. Also a spin attack? He does indeed throw it. So at least it's that. That's some cool concept art. And then as a lucky last thing you can do, there's a model viewer that you also get. I'm not too sure if you get the model viewer for like unlocking everything, but we can see every character in their wonderful PlayStation 1 goodness. Which is kind of neat. You get this as a nice little feature. There's no music video, unfortunately. We do not get a music video to accompany us on the way out. He's almost T-posing, but that's kind of how he stands. I'm not too sure if any of these troopers actually appeared in game. Got this police guy. Here you go. The child. This one child who showed up at this one point. And then everyone likes some good enemies. Like this guy. Don't look at his face. That's kind of scary. Don't look at any of these faces. Oh my goodness. Giant enemy crab. Yeah. Everyone's terrifying, man. Trudy? Trudy. He was a rock monster. Boyd. Wolf. Oh, yeah, sorry. It did have troopers. Yeah, you're right, yeah. Russell? You named him Russell? Ground beetle. Haywood, 100%. Snappy's a great name, though, I'll tell you that. Wasp. Bugman. Jed. Flatfish. Lizard warrior. The ice ape. He looks like he's about to lay down some beats. Flying beetle. Well, at least it's not the... Roscoe. It's kind of cool. He's got like a snout, but he's really a squid. And the stone sentinel. It's neat, though. Not too many on the bonuses front, but you know what? A little something is always better than nothing. But that's it. That's everything in the game. We've even 100%ed everything. So there's not really... The only thing, I guess, if you're doing the retro achievement set is do the... like, some levels without taking a hit. But other than that, that's it. That was Atlantis, the Lost Empire. Solid game. Give it a go. But, yeah, other than that, I think we're good. So... Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it or you didn't enjoy it, that's okay. You can follow on Twitch, 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard, every Monday. And Daylight Savings is first Sunday of next month, so I'll prep you for that one. But just always note that. Missed parts of this, the VOD will be on YouTube as always pretty shortly. And you can always follow on the Fetty for stuff like that. Like, for example, you could see me talk about the tariffs much before the stream if you wanted to see that kind of stuff, but that's okay. You can see me around as well. Thank you for... Yeah, thank you, Blob. Thanks, Fatty. I saw you earlier, Chris, as well. Thank you there. Might be an 11 AM stream for me before. Yeah, because, yeah, I don't know. Daylight Saving starts kicking in other places. But for Australia, it's first Sunday of October. And then it goes forward an hour. So I will be streaming an hour earlier. But that's... I'll warn you then. We've got 3 streams until then, so... Anyways, stay safe, eat your greens, don't stay up too late, and, I guess, remember to punch the clams. The clams weren't in the model viewer. We'll never know if the clams were actually called something like Sebastian or something. Who knows. See you, fellas.